Are you looking for a way to get your legs stronger without the wear and tear on your low back? Well, tune into this week's version of Thorough Thursday where we go over belt squats. So let's get to it. So, a little disclaimer here, we're going to be using the Rogue Rhino belt squat because it's simply the one we have at our gym. Now, there are a lot of different variations of the belt squats and they work a little bit differently, but overall the form is the same on all of them. The major difference is going to be how it feels and how you set up on it originally, but outside of that, doing the actual squatting movement itself stays virtually the same. So whenever I'm setting up on this Rhino belt squat, I'm going to set my feet up where I normally would, which is about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. And I'm going to make sure I'm doing it in a spot on the foot plate where the cable is going as straight up and down as possible. So that part's pretty important because you want this to transfer to your normal squat as much as possible. So if you're setting too far back, the weight's going to pull you forward, or if you set up too far forward, it's going to pull you backwards. So whenever we're doing this, we're just trying to make sure we're as centered as possible with the weight in our body in general. So once I establish that, I'm going to press off the sides of my feet all the way up to my hips like a normal squat to pick up the weight. I'm going to pull the lever out to make sure the weight can move freely. And then from there, either with my hands touching the handles or just holding them out in front of me, I'm going to simply squat down and come back up. Now, as I'm squatting, I'm still applying that lateral pressure throughout my entire legs in order to engage my posterior chain, my hips, and my core as much as possible while doing this lift. Now, you can change it up a bit and hold on to the handles and lean back into it, but in my mind, that really doesn't help you transfer this to your regular squat. So when I'm doing this lift, I'm usually doing it either as a warm-up or a way to give my back a break from regular squatting. So if I want it to really transfer to my normal back squat, I'm going to try to treat it as normal as possible. So a lot of my general population clients and my other athletes I train, I try to tell them to do it without their hands as much as possible. And you'll come to find that they actually are not as strong in their core as they originally thought, and it helps me reduce the amount of weight they use on this machine in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed this version of Thorough Thursday. If you have any questions for your strength training needs, please go to the website agogeperformance.com.